Lesson 3. Hobbies and Pastimes. Basic Patterns. I like to read books in my spare time. Collecting stamps is a relaxing pastime. My uncle likes to go fishing. He has soccer practice every afternoon. I enjoy hiking in the mountains. Have you ever gone skiing? What do you like to do for fun? Everyone needs to relax after work. Let's go play basketball at the gym. I like to collect antiques. My favorite hobby is bungee jumping. What do you like to do in your free time? I really like adventure stories. I especially like the ones where people travel to far-off places and they meet very different cultures. I was wondering if you could tell me where you find baseball cards to collect. I hope my son enjoys this hobby as much as you seem to. Dialogue 1.
Hi there.
Hey, I haven't seen you in a while.
Sorry about that. I've been really busy.
So, what's kept you so busy that you couldn't keep in touch with your friends?
I took a vacation to New Zealand for 3 weeks.
That sounds awesome. Why did you choose to go to New Zealand?
Because there I could do one of my favorite hobbies.
What's that?
My favorite hobby is bungee jumping.
What's that?
You tie a long elastic cord around your ankle and then jump off something very high, such as a cliff, bridge, or building.
Are you kidding?
No. Why would you think I was kidding?
Because it is so dangerous.
No, it's not. If you do it correctly and follow the proper safety precautions, it's not that dangerous.
Aren't you scared?
Of course, but that's what makes it exciting and fun.
I think I would be too frightened to try that.
Why?
I would imagine that the rope would break and I would fall to my death.
That won't happen if you choose responsible people who will follow the safety rules.
Still, I think I will stick to knitting. It's not so scary.
You just don't know what you're missing.
Dialogue 2. Hi, Susan.
Hello there, Jack. I didn't hear you come up.
Am I interrupting you from doing anything important?
No, I'm just passing some free time.
What do you like to do in your free time?
One of my favorite things to do is to read a good book on the couch.
Isn't that boring?
I don't think so.
I prefer to do active things, such as playing sports.
Oh, I enjoy sports too, but reading gives me a chance to relax.
But it's so dull.
How can you think that? Books let you imagine that you are in so many exciting new situations.
What kind of books do you like to read?
I really like adventure stories. I especially like the ones where people travel to far-off places and they meet very different cultures. Doesn't that sound exciting?
I guess so, but wouldn't you like to play soccer with me instead?
How about we play soccer today? But let me recommend a book that you won't think is boring. I think that after you read it, you will find it so thrilling that you won't ever think books are boring again.
Sounds good. I always want to try new hobbies. Maybe you will want to try out some sports other than soccer.
What else can you show me how to play?
Oh, all kinds of sports. Tennis, swimming, rugby, and basketball, just to name a few.
Only if you agreed to read some different kinds of books as well.
It's a deal. Dialogue 3. Hi, Jane.
Oh, good. It's you, Bobby. You're just the person I wanted to see.
Is that so? Then I'm glad I ran into you.
I was wondering if you could tell me where you find baseball cards to collect.
Sure. There's one store on Main Street where I go to buy a lot of baseball cards. It's very popular.
Do you remember the name?
It's called Joey's Baseball Memorabilia.
Thanks. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Why the sudden interest in baseball cards?
My son just became interested in baseball, and he wants to start his own collection of baseball cards. I remembered that you have been collecting cards for years and should know many good places he can get cards.
Tell him it's a great hobby. I've collected them since I was a little boy.
Do you think your collection is very valuable?
Definitely. My collection is worth many thousands of dollars.
That much?
I own several cards that are very rare, so that makes them very expensive.
I hope my son enjoys this hobby as much as you seem to.
It's much better than collecting other things like stamps, shells, or dolls.
Thanks for your help.
Substitutions. 1. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Long time no see. It's been ages since we've talked. Where have you been hiding? 2. I took a vacation to New Zealand for 3 weeks. I took a vacation to Ireland for 3 weeks. I took a vacation to Thailand for 3 weeks. I took a vacation to India for 3 weeks. 3. My favorite hobby is bungee jumping. My favorite hobby is skydiving. My favorite hobby is mountain climbing. My favorite hobby is skiing. 4. Are you kidding? Are you joking? Are you fooling around with me? Are you pulling my leg? 5. Because it is so dangerous. Because it is so risky. Because it is so hazardous. Because it is so unsafe. 6. I think I would be too frightened to try that. I think I would be too intimidated to try that. I think I would be too nervous to try that. I think I would be too scared to try that. 7. Isn't that boring? Isn't that dull? Isn't that tedious? Isn't that monotonous? 8. I really like adventure stories. I really like romance stories. I really like science fiction stories. I really like non-fiction stories. 9. I guess so, but wouldn't you like to play soccer with me instead? I guess so, but wouldn't you like to play basketball with me instead? I guess so, but wouldn't you like to play tennis with me instead? I guess so, but wouldn't you like to play baseball with me instead? 10. It's a deal. We're agreed. Sure thing. All right. 11. You're just the person I wanted to see. You're just the person I wanted to run into. You're just the person I wanted to meet up with. You're just the person I wanted to bump into. 12. It's very popular. It's very well known. It's very prominent. It's very famous. 13. No problem. It's nothing. My pleasure. Not a big deal. 14. Tell him it's a great hobby. Tell him it's a great pastime. Tell him it's a great diversion. Tell him it's a great activity. 15. I hope my son enjoys this hobby as much as you seem to. I hope my son likes this hobby as much as you seem to. I hope my son takes pleasure in this hobby as much as you seem to. I hope my son favors this hobby as much as you seem to. Monologue. Americans have a wide variety of hobbies and pastimes. They may be as exciting and dangerous as rock climbing, skydiving, bungee jumping, or paragliding, or as relaxing and comfortable as painting, reading, writing poetry, or knitting. People can either perform their hobbies alone or form groups to share the experience with others. For instance, some like to go camping alone in order to meditate, but others may join together for a social activity. A hobby reflects the personality of each individual and can be very unique. Some people have been known to collect things as strange as different types of bubble gum. Why do you ask? Would anyone want to collect bubble gum? The reason is simply because it interests him. Pastimes, although sometimes shared with other people, are done because the person takes great pleasure from them and does not need the approval of others.